So yesterday, I was feeling, let's just say, a little bit more creative than usual, and I came across this video. It uses physics to defy physics. It's great. I'm gonna try build this, and there is instructions in the video, but we'll see what happens. So let's start off with the original video I saw on Reddit. Like, dude, that's straight up magic. Straight up. Dude, those things have uses. I thought that was supposed to be in my pencil case from grade 3 to matric and never use it, you know? Well, now I gotta find the one that I lost in grade 3 because I definitely wasn't keeping track of that. My sister coming in clutch. Nice. So here is my cutout triangle and correctly mathematically labeled. It was very fun to actually draw this triangle out of a circle. You should definitely try it. Yeah, so let's go see what I can do with this triangle now. The first thing I need is a nice piece of wood. We'll call him Manipulatee. We also need the thing that manipulates the manipulatee. Let's call him the manipulator. Last but not least, we need the thing that we can draw on the manipulatee, also known as a pencil. Now I just gotta use all of these together to create nice 7 smaller pieces of wood. Isn't it weird how you can just create more wood by cutting wood in half? Like, how many times do you have to cut it in half until it's no longer wood? These are the questions. So I just finished cutting them, and I have to say, the guy in the video makes it look so much easier than it actually is, my word. So these are my pieces, right? But like, as you can see, the angles aren't very like... It's hard to get those correct angles. I mean, look how tiny this one is. Like, they obviously need a bit of sanding. So I'm gonna sand them down, see if I can fix them up a bit. If I had to try and build one of these infamous triangles, like, I went wrong somewhere. Why? So after spending a while trying to figure out how to fit these stupid triangles together, because I don't know how that man did it, I got 2 doable triangles that only have a little bit of big gaps. This one's the better one. This one's sort of wonky, but she's gonna have to do. So now I'm just gonna wood glue all of this together and then sand it down afterwards. So I was cleaning up some of the wood while everything else was drying, and now I painted it, and now this is also drying. So my triangles are drying and this is drying. I was thinking what I could do in the meantime is skate. I was gonna build a ramp over there so I could, and move the car obviously, but my dad's using a piece of wood. What I'm probably gonna do is try and skate these stairs. This ground is utter garbage to run up on, so I might have to put a piece of wood down. But first, lunch. It's good. The piece of wood is not that long, so I'm just gonna skate this without the piece of wood. I've never really tried to do tricks downstairs. I'm gonna try to get a few now before I need to go quickly pick up the thing. Let's just start with the ollie. I'll take it, but I want to clean it up. So after that really bad shinner, like, it really puts a damper on the session when you like get a little bit injured in the first 5 minutes or whatever. Sometimes when you're skating, you just know sometimes it's just not your day. And I'm not feeling it today, so I'm gonna go back to building. So these seem to have dried, which is nice. I'm now gonna get rid of these like awkward edges, sand that down to make it look a little bit better. This is definitely the worst one. Like that's bad, dude. That's bad. Like, look at that giant gap, dude. Ooh, there's still glue there. Should let that dry first. Here's a quick before and after sanding. This one's after. As you can see, it looks much better. It's all been rounded, smooth to the touch. And this one's just looks bad, like that and that. And it's rough, so let's finish sanding the second one and we should be done. So I finished sanding both the triangles and now I just gotta paint them. Going for a matte black sort of vibe. And I also gotta paint the weird sticky things in the middle. And I went for orange on those. These used to be yellow, but I ran out of yellow and only painted half, so I went over with orange. So they finally finished drying. Pretty happy with the final result. I like that it went matte black, which is dope. I need to connect these to these. Now I was going to use glue initially, but I don't feel like waiting that long, so I'm going to use a screw. Trying to find the better side. This is the top. Holes drilled successfully. Good. So I got all my holes drilled. In the video they used like thick wire, but I want to use fishing wire, so you know it actually looks like it's floating. But the video doesn't tell you how long the wires should be, so I'm just gonna guess and we'll see what happens. This is gonna be difficult. So in the video they obviously use thicker string than fishing wire, because you can't really tie fishing wire, make it big enough that it doesn't fit back through the hole. So I put in nails, these black nails, and I'm gonna tie it around the nail like that. And then I'll just be able to make it float. Final assembly. An actual engineer required. You smell like McDonald's chips.
That's fatty sweat. I'm just sweating out McDonald's. It looks cool, well done.
Design complete.
It looks pretty cool.
Cut the strings!
That is pretty cool.
I didn't think you would be able to do it.
So, after a very long day, I'd like to present the final product. Check, check. You can't see the strings if I hold it like this. So this is actually called tensegrity, and it's the characteristic property of a stable three-dimensional structure consisting of members under tension are contiguous and members under compression that are not. Now, see, I did a whole mechanics course last year, which I learned all about compression and tension, and let me tell you, if we had to build something like this, I probably would have paid more attention. This is so cool. I'm literally floating this object. The only thing that's holding it is these strings. And for the curious minds, it does stand upside down, because that was a question I had. The hardest part, like, I thought the string length would be a big deal. Like, you have to get it perfect, otherwise it wouldn't stand. Turns out it's not a big deal at all, as long as you, like, I put the first three outside ones on, like this one, and this one on first, and then I put this middle one on last, and as long as like the middle one, these things can be any length as long as you make the middle one as tight as possible, and that will make it like stand. Like you can see I'm pushing it quite hard and it fell. Thanks for watching this video. Enjoy lockdown.